Hello, this is Dominic for Com263, here with an interview with.
Jackson Sung. My name's Jackson Sung.
All right, well, let's get started. Mr. Sung, how was it growing up in general, like in South Korea?
I didn't get much time to play compared to here in the U.S. I was often told to study, and I would wake up early in the morning for school and then study when I got home.
Was that easy on you? How did you enjoy your childhood?
I still enjoyed part of my childhood growing up. I love mom's home cooked meals though, they're the best.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Always love home cooked meals from mom. Now if we dive more into the culture, what's your definition of culture?
Culture is the traditions of the family that I respect and the way of my people and the respect for what they did for us. Although I was only in South Korea till I was 8, so maybe that is the American in me. No.
Yeah, I get that. I grew up here in America, so I can't really say anything for certain since I got to go through all 18 years of my life.
I got you, bro.
Yeah. How do you define family, though?
Well, it's the people who surround you and who you should respect and trust.
Yeah, I get that. I'm not sure with I've done some research on South Korea. Seems like you guys definitely do more respect than more. Well, you guys seem very warm and together, but it's I assume a different vibe than here in America.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do you identify as the most important parts or distinct practices of your culture?
And when I moved, the biggest noticeable difference was how intensely we focused on school. We were very motivated when it comes to that. Also, food culture. We would eat things based on whether or not they came with prosperity or certain food for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've definitely read up on that. Yeah, that focusing thing, it's pretty not true here in America. A lot of the kids I've met growing up very aloof, often their own world, especially talking back to teachers and stuff. So I kind of wish I grew up in one of those.
That's crazy.
I wish I grew up in one of those cultures where I got to focus on all of my studies instead. But I got the life I was given, and I'm thankful.
I understand.
All right, who in your family holds the most power?
My father, by far. And as the eldest son, I get a special role in the family hierarchy.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know a lot of other cultures do a hierarchy where the man of the family is always on top, or...
Yes, sir.
And I'm assuming, oldest son usually comes up as the next heir or whatever of the family.
Yep.
I don't know how that works with you guys being from coming over to America. I'm sure you guys are just going to treat it the same. Speaking of hierarchy, how is that expressed?
Well, like you said, right, men are at the top, right?
Yeah.
And then women have gotten more roles as the world evolves, as you can see, But they are still seen as people, just as a wife, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we hope they can become more. Here in America, as I'm sure you've definitely experienced, women have their own roles. Women, obviously, want them to have the most success in their own lives, write their own future instead of just being a wife for someone. But I'm sure that's part of your guys' practice and culture. It's a good part of it too. What is the role of honor or shame? Is it good or bad in your culture? Is there any of that?
So, let me give you an example. My family treated it as if we didn't do well in school, we would bring them shame. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of similar in American sense, but I'm sure you guys have things that take it to an extreme.
For sure. Can't really say that.
All right. how do you, as a person, define success?
Success is hard work. As kids, we are expected to study so we can become successful. When we
You're all good, man.
Yeah.
You're all good.
When we grow up and contribute to society, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, yeah. That's definitely how I can see it with our culture as well.
Yeah.
How important is education to your family? I know you did speak on this briefly earlier, like how a very important role in your guys' society.
Oh, it's very important. Like, as we mentioned previously, like, kids are expected to study almost every day, and we become very focused because of it.
Yeah, back to that focus thing.
Yo.
Man, it's such a crazy difference. I wish I could have grown up with that, man. Punctuality, is that very big in your guys' society? Is it important?
Punctuality is highly valued. It is rude or disrespectful to be late, which, like, here in America, I can kind of get away with.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I know some jobs really do require you to be on time, yet us here in America take that very nonchalant. We should definitely give that more respect, and I wish we could have a culture like that. Do you eat foods indigenous to your culture, like somewhere from America or anything like that, back in Korea?
We mostly focus on foods that are said to bring prosperity, which are Korean cuisines, but I do eat other cuisines, like our country's meals, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm guessing that was mostly probably whenever you came over. I'm not sure.
Yeah, for sure. There's not too much variety.
Yeah, I'm not like I know this at all, but I've read articles, like doing all my research and stuff, but I've heard that you guys do like have a lot of your own stuff there instead of bringing stuff over from our country.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. I wish I could have that. I mean, I guess from what I've seen, what you've told me, it just seems like you guys have a really like put together society.
Yes, sir.
How important is religion to your family?
Growing up, we weren't really religious, but it does interest me, and if I were to associate to one, it would probably be Christianity.
That's amazing. I mean, I know you guys have things like Christianity, Catholicism, and Buddhism over there. I don't know much else about them, but obviously as a Christian, I would love to have anyone here. If you ever need help, I'm always here to show you what Christianity is about.
Thanks, man.
Do men and women have different roles in your family? I know we did brief on this slightly earlier.
Yeah.
But as a family, is it like any different?
Well, women are expected to take care of the kids and do house chores, as is kind of like sexist, you know, as you've seen the memes on the internet. But like, it is changing, and yet the expectations stays in Korea.
Yeah, that's sorry for overlapping on that question. I just really want to make sure we get that grasp, but if it's just society or just a family thing, you know.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
What's considered most disrespectful in your culture?
Respect for elders is essential for most. It's considered very disrespectful to not use respectable or formal language.
Okay, yeah. I can see that. Here in America, a lot of youth, you know, talk back to their parents and stuff. I do think it would be cool if we could, you know, not that everyone deserves respect just for being old, but I do think we should, like, add respect and give it more respect to respect.
Yeah.
Did you have, like, tensions with any other countries back where you're from?
Well, I'm not certain, but Japan was pretty disliked by most when I lived there. And I visit, and obviously the north, you know.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I know Japan's not very liked by most Asian countries, so that's not really a shock if that is true. You know, obviously, coming from there and visiting often, you can probably say that's probably true. In North, I mean, I don't think many people are.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you come over here?
I'm not really sure why we left. My parents didn't tell me much as a kid, and I want to respect their choice, you know. But like to think business opportunities for my dad, which is what they told me at the time when we moved.
Okay. So, yeah, no, respecting their choice is probably best. I'm sure they wouldn't want to, like, you wouldn't want to make them look beneath, like, someone or something like that. Business opportunities probably is what brought him here.
Yeah.
I hope it all worked out in the end.
Hey, sticked around.
That's good. How does our culture compare to your home's?
It was fine. I got to stay. I got to stay by to a few friends and parents, and my parents told me we could visit them. So I don't know. Sorry, this is kind of like sensitive to me.
No, understandable. We'll just move on to the very last one.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
How has your experience in the U.S. been for you?
You guys are definitely less focused and more easygoing, at least in public.
Okay. That kind of confuses me. Do you think you can, like, maybe... Okay,
So
never...
wait, could you repeat the question?
Yeah. How has your experience in the U.S. been for you?
I guess it's been alright.
Okay.
Like, in terms of like being focused, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I meant by like.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, no. Oh, okay. That makes so
here.
much more sense.
Yeah,
I'm so
it's-
sorry. I'm like, what? And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. I'm so
confused.
sorry.
I was like, I didn't hear the question right, maybe?
Maybe. I'm sorry about
No,
that.
we're
No,
good,
it's
we're
all
good.
good. Well, that's all the questions I do have for you, Mr.
Cool.
Sung.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out here to my dorm. I'm sorry for, having you come into my own personal area. I didn't want to do it in public.
It's totally fine, bro. It's totally fine. My room smells like shit.
Oh, thank you for not using any curse words.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I didn't let you know beforehand. I don't mind personally, but professor
Yes,
and all that.
Yes, I'm totally aware. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, man. Thank you.
Thank
Loved having you here.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Thank you.